Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer. You know, history is absolutely packed with conquerors who basically bathed the world in blood. But today, we're looking at a truly fascinating paradox. Mauryan Emperor Ashoka. We are talking about a ruler who reached the absolute pinnacle of military might, only to, well, completely abandon war.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Which king could conquer the world, yet voluntarily drop his sword? Because Ashoka commanded a military machine so incredibly vast, he literally could have marched across the globe. I mean, he already controlled almost the entire Indian subcontinent. But instead of going for endless domination, he makes this massive pivot that completely shocked the ancient world.
So let's start with part 1, invincible power and fear, a reign of absolute might.
You see, his early reign was built on a foundation of absolute terror. People actually called him Chundashoka, which translates to Ashoka the Fierce. And the texts tell us his enemies trembled just at hearing his name. It's crazy. Physical combat wasn't even always necessary. Just the mere whisper that his legions were advancing, yeah, that was more than enough to force his rivals right into submission.
But then we get to part 2, fierce war and change, the ultimate pivot.
This brings us to the Kalinga War, which was, without a doubt, one of the most brutal conflicts in ancient history. We're talking over 100,000 people dead. Legend actually says the Daya River ran red with blood. But here's the crazy part. Instead of celebrating this ruthless triumph like any other ancient king would, Ashoka walks this blood-soaked battlefield and feels just profound remorse. At the absolute height of his destructive capabilities, he permanently drops his sword and completely switches over to the path of peace.
Which begs the question, can you really maintain an empire without weapons? Let's look at part 3, the vast empire's expansion. Power through peace.
Now, you might automatically assume that choosing nonviolence means you're going to lose territory, right? Well, actually, scratch that. Ashoka's empire expanded to a staggering 5 million square kilometers. To put that in perspective, that is a massive amount of land. He basically replaced military conquest with Dhamma, which is conquest by righteousness, moral governance, and diplomacy. So embracing peace didn't diminish his authority at all. It literally made his realm one of the absolute largest in the entire world at that time.
Moving on to part 4, our national identity and legacy, echoes in modern India.
So, how does this 2,000-year-old history connect to us today? Well, his ancient legacy is woven directly into the everyday visual identity of modern India. Think about it. The Ashoka Chakra is today's highest peacetime military decoration for valor. That exact same blue wheel sits right smack in the center of the Indian tricolor flag. And the lion capital that he commissioned? It stands proudly right now as India's official national emblem. And because of these incredibly enduring contributions, he is recognized worldwide as Chakravarti Samrat Ashoka Mahan, Ashoka the Great. But here's the thing, he fundamentally redefined what it even meant to be a Chakravarti, or a universal ruler. He proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that true greatness doesn't actually come from the lands you conquer, but from the legacy of peace you leave behind.
So I want to leave you with this final thought as we wrap up this explainer. If ultimate power and true greatness are defined by the ability to choose peace over war, especially when you actually possess the power to destroy your enemies, what battles should we be fighting today? It's a seriously powerful lesson from our ancient past, and you know, it directly challenges our future.